Okay, Nancy, fess up. Did you steal money from Kelly's purse?
What? Why would I do that?
Oh, you're such a greedy parasite. I would have thought that you would have some shame. Enough to not steal from your sister at least? You need to leave right now. Get out of her house.
I didn't steal anything. Does Kelly even carry cash around?
Well, someone stole cash from her wallet and it wasn't me or Mom. And it definitely wasn't Kelly, so that only leaves you.
What is going on here? I've never stolen from any of you. And anyway, I saw you flashing a $100 bill the other day when we were going to buy the new merch for the K-pop band you like.
Now you're trying to turn it around on me. That was my own money. I earned it by working.
You've never worked a day in your life.
What do you mean? And anyway, who else would it be? It was definitely you. Even Mom and Dad think so.
Do they really? I don't think they've ever accused me of stealing anything. You, on the other hand.
Stop deflecting. You're just making yourself look even more guilty. Mom and Dad are already really mad. Don't make them madder.
How do you know they're mad?
I talked to them, obviously. They said you're a blood-sucking parasite and they want you to get out of the house ASAP.
There's no way I believe that.
Well, you should. They even said they think you might be stealing from them, too. Which I totally believe.
Based on what?
Because it's just like you, little Miss Jobless, good-for-nothing leech. They said they're at their limit with you. They want you out. You need to find yourself a job and do something with yourself. Or at least that's what they told me.
Are you sure they weren't talking about you?
Yeah, I heard them talking and it was definitely about you. I didn't hear them use your name, but I could tell it was about you.
They've never said a word to me about any of this. If they're already this fed up, it must have been going on for a while. Did you say something to them about it?
No, of course not. I mean, I might have mentioned your name offhandedly, but they were clearly already talking about you.
What makes you so sure they weren't talking about you?
I just am, all right?
This still isn't adding up. How did the money go missing?
Well, you should know since you're stealing the money. But I think it's pretty obvious that you took it out of their bags and wallets while they weren't around.
How much are they missing?
They said it was a few thousand or something. I don't remember. Enough that they're worried about being able to pay for stuff. But it started around the time your company went under and you got laid off.
Which is when I moved back in.
Exactly. So you admit it.
I'm not admitting anything. I have no reason to steal from anyone. I've got very few expenses right now and I have plenty of savings, as well as a severance from when I lost my job. And I'm about to start a new job in a month or so. Why would I need to steal anything?
I don't know. You tell me. All I can guess is that you're spending money on some dumb mobile game or going shopping for some ugly clothes or something. I hardly ever see you leave your room, and when you do, you never tell us where you go. So how should I know what you do with your money? What is it that you do with your time anyway?
If you must know, I've been studying.
For what?
Just something that'll help me with my new job. But I paid for all of it.
Sure, whatever you say.
Are you really my sister? You don't know anything about me.
Maybe not. But what I do know is that someone is stealing from Kelly and Mom and Dad, and it's gotta be you. There's no one else it could be.
Are you sure about that? I'm the one with plenty of money. You're the one in need of cash. You might have a job, but you spend it all on concert tickets and merch and song downloads. Did you also buy a special edition CD?
I don't need to steal anything. I got all my band merch fair and square.
Well, I can tell you it's not me, and I have no good motivation to do it. So, by process of elimination, that only leaves you.
Are you really trying to turn it around on me? It just makes you look more guilty to accuse your accuser of the same crime. You should just leave now before this gets any worse.
I really don't think any of this is what you make it out to be. Mom and Dad definitely would have said something to me by now. And why are you coming to me and not Kelly?
I don't know. Maybe she hasn't figured it out. Or maybe she just doesn't want to confront you about it. Kelly's too nice to say anything. She didn't even tell me her money was gone. I figured it out when I was asking her if I could borrow some.
I thought you said you had money.
I just needed some cash. I was gonna pay her back.
Well, all right, I guess. Well then, if Kelly isn't saying anything, what about Mom and Dad? You say they were angry, right?
Yeah, they're furious at you. I don't think I've ever seen Dad so mad. He won't even talk to me, he's so angry.
That is pretty bad. But if they're so angry, why are Mom and Dad not kicking me out right now? If I really am a thief, why not get me out before I take more?
Because it's shameful to have to kick out your own daughter on the street. Or something. Ask them yourself. You should probably just start packing now so they don't just toss all your stuff onto the curb. And maybe start looking for somewhere to live.
Hi, Grandma. I'm sorry to bother you. I know this is sort of last minute, but do you mind if I come stay with you for a little while? Oh, Nancy, it's so good to hear from you, dear. Yes, I'd love to have you stay. It might be for a while, if that's okay. Oh, that's more than okay. I've been living in this house by myself for so long, it'll be nice to have someone stay for a while. I can get the spare bedroom ready for you if you like. That'd be great. I hope it's not too much of an imposition. No, dear, not in the slightest. Any particular reason for the visit? Have you found a new job near me, perhaps?
No, it's not that. It's kind of hard to explain. I need somewhere to stay for a little while I look for a new place to live.
I thought you were staying with your parents.
Well, they kicked me out. They think I've been stealing money from them.
What? How can they say that? Though, did you take money from them?
Of course I didn't do it.
Oh, well, that's good, dear. For what it's worth, I believe you. Why are they accusing you of stealing then?
There's money missing from everyone's wallets, and Chelsea got them all worked up and convinced them it was me, since I'm the one without a job and everything. No one seems to want to believe me for some reason.
Oh, that Chelsea. She's always up to no good. I've told them they need to keep a better eye on that girl.
Yeah, I know. She can be a handful. This is a new low, though. But I just can't stay here any longer with her being like this. So I'm just trying to get out of the house for a little while until everything cools down. Maybe I'll go back when my parents have figured it out, but for now I need to get away.
Of course, dear. Stay as long as you need.
Really, you're a big help, Grandma. I really don't know why this is all happening. I thought they trusted me. I've tried my best to be a responsible daughter and not be a burden to them.
I don't understand it either. It's so horrible that they won't listen to you when you say you didn't do it. Your parents can be awfully hot-headed, but I didn't take them for fools.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Well, there's no need for you to stay around that bad energy for any longer than you have to. Come and stay for as long as you need, Nancy. I believe you at the very least, and I'll help however I can.
Thank you so much, Grandma. I'm just packing my car and I'll be headed over soon.
I'll be waiting. Oh, and I'll bake a cake for when you get here. What kind do you want?
You know my favorite is your famous German chocolate cake.
Oh, just like I made you for your birthday. I do love that recipe, though you're the only one in the family that ever liked it. I'll be glad to make it again.
Oh, and I've been meaning to tell you, and since we could use some good news, I did actually find a new job.
Oh, that's wonderful, honey. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Grandma. It took a lot of work to get that new certification, but it definitely paid off. I'll be starting at the beginning of next month.
I'm so glad. I know how hard it can be to find work after you get laid off. It happened to me more than once, but I wasn't worried. I know how hard a worker you are.
I hope it's not too much of an imposition to stay with you. I'm happy to pay for my own food and everything and help out with bills.
No, I'm glad to have anyone come and stay. Help out however you feel you can, but I'd rather you save your money.
Are you sure?
I'm quite happy to have you live here without paying a dime.
Thank you so much, Grandma. You're a saint.
Oh, no, dear. I'm just doing my job as your grandma. I'm quite sad, though, that your father would choose not to believe you like this. I'll have to give him a stern talking to once this is all sorted out. You're such a good kid and don't deserve to be treated like this.
I'm glad you at least are on my side.
Of course I am. Family should stick up for each other, not drive each other away. Anyway, I'll be here when you get here.
Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Why don't you leave already? Dad has been shouting at you to get out for hours. You just shut yourself in your room. Why haven't you left yet?
I'm trying to get out of here, but I need time to pack my stuff. I'm not just gonna leave all my belongings behind. Just leave me alone and I'll be able to get out of here faster.
Whatever, just get out. We can send you all your stuff or something.
If I'm really a parasite like you claim, wouldn't it just make it worse for me to force you to ship all my stuff to me? I'd rather just take the time to pack myself instead of making you do it. And I'm not gonna come back here later to get it either.
I bet you're just buying yourself time so you can try to steal from us again. We're not gonna let you get away with it. I've already figured you out.
What? What have you figured out?
I figured out how you do it. You distract us by being annoying and making a big fuss, and then while we're fighting, you steal from us. You just did it again not that long ago. Mom just said she's missing even more money. Somehow you managed to get it from us while we were distracted talking about you. I have to admit, you've gotten really good at it. You must have been reading up on how to be a better thief. We wouldn't have noticed if we weren't talking about you already. Is that what you were studying this whole time?
No, I was studying for a certification exam for my new job.
Whatever. I bet that was all just an act. And a good one. You really had us all going there. But it's over now. We found you out. And now you're just a good-for-nothing, unmarried, sad sack old lady with nothing to show for it.
Are you saying all that makes me more likely to be a thief?
What I'm saying is that it makes us not want you to be here anymore. Beyond being a thief, that is. No one here wants you and no one believes you either. We're glad to see you leave.
Well, good thing I'm going then.
Good, don't come back.
I already told you I wasn't planning on it.
Then where are you gonna go?
I've got it figured out. Don't worry about me. After I leave, you won't have to hear from me again.
Great, that's all we ever wanted.
I'm glad we agree. I'm not going to hang around here and have my name dragged through the mud with all these baseless accusations. If this is how I'm going to be treated for just living here and minding my own business, I don't want to come back. I did everything I could to make it easy on all of you. I paid part of the mortgage, I contributed to the bills, I bought my own food. I didn't cost Mom and Dad anything, let alone you or Kelly. And you treat me like this?
Yeah, well, you deserve it.
Whatever you say. All I'm gonna say is that if you're ever in trouble, don't come crawling to me. And don't be surprised if you have to move out yourself.
What? Why? Don't Mom and Dad own it? They've lived here for like 30 years. There's no way the bank would take it or anything.
Ask them about it.
What did you say to Grandma?
What?
Grandma just came over to the house and told us we had to get out.
Wait, she did?
This house is Grandma's? She just let us live in it all these years. Did you know that she owned it?
Of course I knew. I was the one paying her the entire time I was living there. I actually was paying for basically all of it.
Why didn't you say anything to me about it?
I told you to ask Mom and Dad. I figured they'd be able to explain it.
They told me not to worry about it.
Well, I'm sure they weren't worried about it. It wasn't like Grandma was charging them much. Just enough for the taxes, really.
If it's so little, why did they make you pay for it?
I agreed to help out. It only seemed fair. After all, Dad got fired around the same time I moved in, and between your tuition and everything else, they needed some help. It did end up adding up, though. I think something like a quarter of my savings paid for rent those few months. I did manage to make a little money doing some work for friends to keep up, but it was still sort of a burden.
Did you really pay for all of it on your own? Without a job?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't that expensive for what it was. It is a pretty big house after all. But it was still more than I could really afford. Grandma was nice enough to let me skip some payments and agreed to pay some herself. I convinced her to let me pay her back now that I'm working again, though. And I've been paying her a little bit to live here, too. Which is probably why she hasn't bothered saying anything about it until now. I was basically covering the costs for the house, but now that I'm planning on moving out, she probably can't keep up with both on her fixed income alone.
How much were you paying a month?
Oh, I think $1,200 or so.
Wow, that is cheap.
Yeah, but that's not the full price. The land is pretty valuable, and though the city lets Grandma pay her taxes off over the year, they're still about $1,500 a month. She usually paid for the rest, but there was a time when I was chipping in a bit more or Dad and Mom would pay for some too, but they stopped eventually. So I ended up helping with what I could. And now that I'm not living with her or in the other house, she insists that I shouldn't have to pay anymore.
That's nice of her, I guess.
I mean, I think it just makes sense, but I guess so. But apparently when she told Dad she expected him to pay in full, he got really mouthy with her. Told her he shouldn't have to pay because they're family. But she was fed up and angry at him for kicking me out. So she insisted he pay or leave. And he chose to leave.
Which is why she came over here and tried to throw us out?
Exactly. I'm sure she'd let you stay if you paid.
There's no way we can afford that much, though. I definitely don't have that much, and Dad and Mom are rarely working right now.
Well, you might be able to convince her to ask for less, but she can't really afford to pay for her house and yours. Even if she wanted to let you stay, she probably couldn't afford it.
But there's no way we can afford it either.
Well, them's the breaks. I don't really know what to tell you. If you can't pay, you can't stay. You've been leeching off her for long enough if you ask me. You're the parasites, not me. I paid when I lived on her properties.
We're not parasites. We're her family. She should help us. We're nothing like you.
Well, then stop complaining and pay up, or just move out. It's probably going to be cheaper to do that at this rate. Of course, you'll probably have to live in a smaller place. There's no way you can afford a house like that on Dad's current salary. And I doubt he's getting a raise anytime soon.
Wait, what is Dad making?
Do you not know?
He's never told me. I just know that they cut his hours at work. He said that money's tight, but he never said much else.
Well, he's making enough to survive. And I know Mom's chipping in too. But they can't really afford much more than that. And it'd be a lot to pay for the house too. It was more than enough when I was there, but now it's definitely not.
It can't be that bad.
Ask them yourself. They'll tell you what I did. Oh, and by the way, I just realized I forgot something when I was in such a hurry to move out. Do you mind looking for it for me?
What could you have left behind? Your room is totally empty aside from your old bed.
I left it somewhere else in the house. Just let me know when you find it and I'll have Grandma get it from you the next time she's over there. How was your first day at work, Nancy dear? We should go out to eat to celebrate. Why don't we get some seafood? Oh, that sounds great, Grandma. Sure, let's do it. Oh, but while I have you, I wanted to ask you about something Chelsea said. She said you told Mom and Dad and the rest of them they had to leave the house. Well, I spoke with your father again today, and he continues to refuse to pay rent. I really have no choice but to tell them to leave. I can't afford to keep up the house on the little bit I get each month. We could manage when your grandfather was around, and you paying helped quite a bit, but now it's just too much. I'm just surprised is all. It seemed like it was fine before. Well, unfortunately, your father is not the most generous man. And your mother is somewhat of a bad influence, too. I tried to get them to pay a reduced amount, but even that wasn't enough to convince them. So I had no choice. They wouldn't even agree to paying part of it? That's a shame. It really is sort of ironic that they'd accuse me of being a parasite and turn around and pull something like this. I suppose it is, isn't it? I have to say, I'm really embarrassed that this is how it turned out. I thought I raised your father to be better than this, but he seems to have only gotten greedier with age. Anyway, let's forget about all that for now. We should be celebrating your new job. Dinner is on me tonight. No, let me pay for it. You should be saving a bit since I'm moving out soon. And I want to thank you for letting me stay with you these past few weeks. Oh, well, it really is no problem, dear. But if you insist I'm not going to turn down a free meal, I'm just so happy for you.
Well, let's get going before it gets too busy. I'll be home in a few minutes so we can go whenever you're ready. What is this all about, Nancy? Did you really put a camera in our living room? Whatever you did, Mom and Dad are mad about it.
Can we talk about this later? I'm out at dinner with Grandma.
No, we need to talk about this now. I can't believe you were filming us without telling us.
Well, someone had to do something. If there really were people stealing, we needed to find out who. And if everyone knew that there were cameras, there would be no point.
Yeah, I mean...
Have you even looked at the footage yet? I bet not if this is how you're reacting.
Wait, what's on the camera?
Proof of you stealing from Mom's purse. It's clear as day.
I can't believe you! This is illegal, you know, filming without permission.
It was a security camera that I set up in plain sight. It's not my fault that you didn't see it. and it's not like I was gonna publish it.
Mom and Dad are gonna be so mad when they find out about this.
Not my problem. Maybe you shouldn't have stolen from them. I'm sort of surprised that it took this long for it to come out, though. You really put on quite a show when you pretended to steal money from your own bag.
I didn't pretend. The money really was missing. And it had to be you that stole it. You should be the one in trouble, not me. But now Mom and Dad are threatening to kick me out. They're already packing up the car with all my stuff.
Wait, how did you not know what was on the camera? Didn't they show you?
No! Dad just started throwing my stuff outside. And then I found the camera on the table and Mom told me it was yours.
Wow, he must be really mad then. He must have figured out that you were the one that took all the other money too. I wonder how he figured it out.
I don't know. He's yelling about how I've been spending all that money on K-pop stuff. And he said that he knew that I had to have gotten that money somewhere I shouldn't have.
Well, he's right, isn't he?
No, I earned every cent. I've been working at a grocery store after class.
What store?
That's not important. Why does no one believe me? Mom's crying and Dad just keeps getting angrier no matter what I say.
Well, this is what happens when you steal. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. What are you going to do now?
Well, Dad said he's going to make me figure it out on my own. But well, now that you're moving out of Grandma, she's got a spare room, right? I don't really have anywhere else I can go.
You'd have to ask her yourself. But, well, I'm telling her what's happening and she's shaking her head. She doesn't seem to want to have you anywhere near her house. Probably because you'd start stealing from her too.
What?
I guess that's a no then. You'll just have to figure it out yourself. You know what they say, crime doesn't pay. Chelsea, now without a place to live, ended up fleeing to a friend's house. She slept on her friend's couch for a few weeks, but after she got caught stealing money from them too, she ended up on the street. She managed to find someone who'd take her in, but she had to work a terrible job in a warehouse stocking shelves for room and board. With only a few dollars to her name and her parents refusing to pay tuition anymore, she had to drop out of school until she could figure out a better situation in the long term. She had no choice but to sell all the merch she'd bought just to pay rent, though her parents quickly found out and demanded she pay them back for all the money she stole. Now truly broke, she had no choice but to find a second job just to make up for those losses as well. Not long after, she came crying to Grandma for help, but Grandma refused. The one thing she did do is find her a few odd jobs for some extra cash, but only enough to help her pay her bills. Now she's living on her own in a rundown apartment with no merch and no prospects. I, on the other hand, with my new job underway and quite a bit more money in my pocket, decided I wanted a bit of a change. I proposed that Grandma sell her current house and that we move in together in the house where I used to live with my family. My parents, no longer able to afford the rent, had no choice but to move out and into a small apartment across town. My other sister Kelly decided not to go with them, and since she never did anything wrong, Grandma and I had no reason to refuse to let her stay. The three of us all began a much more peaceful life under the same roof. Now, with expenses much lower and the rent much cheaper, everyone is able to afford a much more comfortable lifestyle. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more.
Hi, Kelly. I heard from Damon. You have to rest up at home for a spell, huh? It's not just an excuse for a holiday, is it?
Hi, Tori. The doctors say that's the best thing at the moment. My blood pressure is high and I feel sick. There's not much that can be done other than take it easy. So, doctor's orders. Better to be on the safe side, she said. I just need to limit my movements as much as possible. No heavy lifting.
To tell the truth, I thought you were getting a bit squidgy around the waist. People of size need to be extra careful, especially when in your condition.
You think? My doctor didn't suggest losing any weight. Actually, she said I was well within the acceptable range. I may have put on a bit, I suppose. I haven't been going to my yoga classes since I found out I was pregnant. I guess I could start again at home with some online videos. I know I should have kept at it. It's probably really good for the baby. The doc said a lot of women get high blood pressure when pregnant, especially with their first child. Anyway, I'm just going to follow my doc's orders and put my feet up a bit. Work was so busy before I stopped. This will be the first time I've actually relaxed in years.
Oh, is that right? I don't remember being told that when I was pregnant with Damon or his brothers. It sounds like your doctor has given you a perfect excuse to be a lazybones. We were made of stronger stuff than your generation. But it was much harder back then. We had to do a lot more for ourselves, and we didn't have fancy doctors and their computers and gadgets. My mother told me a story of a woman who used to drive a tractor on one of the big corn farms in Nebraska. She delivered her baby premature right in the cab of her tractor. She didn't want to call for help, so finished the harvest with the baby still attached. That's what it was like back then.
Are you sure that's not just an old wives' tale? Sounds a bit far-fetched, even for a couple of generations ago.
No, my mother swears it happened to a friend of her cousin's friend. So, you'll be putting your feet up, huh? Catch up on all the Netflix you've missed?
Yeah, just until my blood pressure stabilizes. If it doesn't go down naturally, the doctor said we should look at medication.
Oh dear, no. You can't go taking medicine like that when you're pregnant. It will harm the baby.
I asked about that. My doctor said that recent studies show that hypertension medicine poses no threat to the fetus. Anyway, hopefully just taking it easy at home will fix it. I don't want to take medicine if I don't have to.
Relaxing at home doesn't mean you won't be doing any housework.
Kind of. I'm just doing the basics. Folding, washing, and pushing the vacuum cleaner around a bit. You know, the things that pile up if you don't do them every day. But Damon has started doing more around the house. He's always been good like that. He even cooks sometimes. He spends most Sundays watching Italian and Spanish cooking classes on YouTube.
Yes, but Damon is working extremely hard every day. Why does he have to come home after a hard day's work and do housework?
Because he's going to be a father? I'm carrying his baby, so he seems happy to help out more.
He already did quite a lot.
It's not the 1950s. We talked about the need for me to stay relatively still most of the time, and he told me he'd do most of the housework, even just for the time I'm at home resting.
You millennials. What's wrong with people these days? Don't you see what a huge extra burden it is for him? Having to come home and do all the housework will be very stressful. While you're relaxing with your feet up, getting fat, he doesn't have a single minute to relax himself.
Well, it's not like I'm doing nothing. I do what I can. And our house isn't that big. It's manageable, I think. It's going to be even more stressful for both of us when the baby arrives. My friends with babies always look tired, and they often have to cancel cafe dates because of sudden doctor's visits and fevers. Damon and I were talking about this last night. We were joking, saying it's the calm before the storm.
I see.
But we'll make it. The two of us. Then it will be the three of us. We've been planning this for some time now. I'm lucky enough to have a boss that understands. He told me to take as much time as I need. On 80% salary. That's pretty rare in this place.
Are you taking advantage of Damon's good nature? He's such a kind and loving young man. It sounds like you are walking all over him, treating him like your personal cook, cleaner, and butler.
I think that's going a bit far. I like to think, I hope, that he does it for me and the baby. Not because he thinks he has to.
Well, I guess there's no other way around it. I'm going to have to go over there and clean up myself.
What? You'd come all the way over here to clean our house? I don't think that's necessary.
No, thank you very much is the correct response you were looking for, I think you'll find. Sometimes I surprise myself with my kindness. I would have thought you'd be grateful for my services.
It's okay. You don't have to come over. We're fine, really. At the moment, we are coping okay. My sister also promised to come over when she gets back for spring break. All right? Thank you very much for the offer, though. That's very kind of you. We'll let you know when it all gets to be too much. Until that time, it's okay.
It's obvious that time is now. You don't have to pretend. The last time I was there, it was all I could do to keep my mouth shut about the state of the place.
Really? I've never thought the place was too bad. As I said, Damon helps out and I do as much as I can.
And anyway, it's not for you that I'm going over. It's to try and alleviate some of the burden Damon has to bear. The poor boy can't be expected to work hard all day only to come home to an endless list of chores. He'll burn himself out.
But it's quite a long way from there to here. Isn't it a bit tiresome? Nobody wants to travel across town just to clean a house.
If I'm going out of my way to get over there, the least you could do is pay for the taxi.
I'll have to ask Damon about that. We've been extra careful about savings recently. It would defeat the purpose if we were to suddenly start shelling out for long taxi rides. From your place to here, it must be about an hour at least. That will be in the hundreds of dollars.
Just pay it out of your own money. Before you got pregnant, you worked for how long? More than 10 years. You must have a healthy-looking bank balance.
That's not the point. If you insist, I suppose the house could do with a thorough clean.
If truth be known, I wasn't planning on helping out at all. But sense of duty persuaded me. Your baby is a girl, right? It's very disappointing. I was hoping for a boy with all my might. I prayed every night for a grandson. When I heard you were carrying a girl, I lost all interest.
Is that right? I'll be sure to tell her that when she's born.
When you and Damon got married and I met your family, I was most disappointed to see your siblings were all girls. And continuing the trend, your first child is a girl. You can't understand how disappointing that is for a grandmother.
I don't mind what gender the baby is, as long as he or she is healthy. I'm sure Damon feels the same way too.
Of course, you would have that opinion. Well, as long as the next one is a boy. You have a boy and all will be forgiven.
Forgiven?
Forgiven for what? What year do you think this is? China spent decades getting rid of girls and look where that got them. You really don't understand what a boy will mean for this family. Really, Kelly, you youngsters have no sense of duty or loyalty to family. As soon as you recover from the birth of this baby, I want you to get busy making a brother for her, okay? No messing around. We can't wait forever. Understand?
Can you let me have this baby first? I can't make any promises. It isn't as easy to have loads of kids these days. Gone are the days of cheap this and cheap that. Everything is a financial strain.
Nonsense. The Lord wants you to have more children. The more you have, the more love and support a family will have. And above all else, we need a boy to continue the family line. Girls get married and go their own way, like you and I did. We need a strong young man to take over and make sure this family lasts for the next 100 years. My great-great-great-great-grandfather was one of the founders of this city, after fleeing poverty in Ireland.
Okay, I'll do my best. But you can't choose what the baby is going to be. And I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of women these days are keeping their maiden names. Hyphenating their family name with their husband's is getting pretty popular too.
Yes, and it often results in garbled, unpronounceable word soup. Imagine, Galifianakis Theron. The poor kid would have a nightmare of a time trying to write that at school. Anyway, I have things to do. I'll be there at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Have the cash ready for the taxi. I haven't had time to go to the ATM this week.
Okay, if you think it's necessary. I'll see if we have everything we need and get Damon to pick up anything we've run out of. See you tomorrow.
What's the meaning of this, Kelly? Damon tells me there's no need for me to help you out anymore.
Hi, Tori. I'm able to do some of the housework, so you really don't have to come all the way over here to help out. We both feel it isn't right to depend on you so much. Thanks for the last few days, though. We really appreciate it.
You just don't want me there, right? You may as well come out and say it. I warned Damon he was being too lenient with you, letting you walk all over him. That poor boy. Well, come on, out with it. Whatever you have to say, you can say it to me now.
There is something that really bothers me.
Oh yes? What could that be? More complaining about me, no doubt. Or how unfair the world is.
I think Damon has already told you, but when you are here cleaning, you bump into me.
That's because you are in the way. How can I clean with a big lump of a pregnant woman acting like an obstacle course? I told you to give me space to clean. You are always right in the wrong spot at the wrong time. The hallway is narrow enough as it is without your massive bulk blocking the way. How am I supposed to get past?
I don't think that's what happened.
What then? Are you saying I deliberately knocked into you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yes. That's how it appears. And it wasn't just the once. At the moment, just moving around is hard and a fall could really complicate things. It might harm the baby. As I told you, I really need to be resting.
Look at the size of you. How could anyone clean around that? You take up most of the living room, the hallway, the kitchen, and you blame me? I can't believe my lovely boy married such a difficult woman.
Sorry. Being pregnant has made me very touchy. I'm normally much more laid back.
Laid back? More that you are lying on the sofa now. It's hard to imagine anyone being more laid back. Are you taking a break from taking a break?
Raging hormones, I guess.
I'd say so. Getting all flustered about such a trivial thing. You're hysterical. It's not at all good for the baby to be so emotional. Having such a hysterical mother will have an irreversible effect on the child. She'll grow up to be just as hysterical as you. Maybe more so.
You don't have to say it like that. This is my first pregnancy. Of course I'm nervous and worried about things.
I'm only pointing out the truth. I certainly wasn't lying around the house getting in the way when I had my first child. Or second. Or any of them. I just shut up and got on with things. I shudder to think what this family will be like if that girl grows up to be like you. Let's just hope that Damon's calm and loving personality is more dominant in the DNA.
Please don't come here again until I've had my baby. Okay? If I'm being honest, after all this, I'm not sure I even want you to come here afterwards either. I'll talk to Damon about it tonight when he comes home.
What? So I'm the bad guy? That's some twisted logic there. I understand you are worked up about having your first baby, but to use me as a punching bag for your frustration is taking things too far. All my fault, is it? Huh!
Tori, I know you have never really liked me. I felt it from even before I married Damon. I always thought that not getting on with your mother-in-law was a common problem I could handle. I thought that if it was just between you and me, I could deal with it. But now you are already talking trash about my baby? My unborn baby! Damon and I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter to us. She's what we've always wanted. So can you back off?
So you're saying you don't want me anywhere near the baby? You'd keep a grandmother away from her grandchild. You really are a difficult woman, aren't you? I wonder if you can even handle giving birth in your mental state. I worry for the baby.
What do you mean? I'd be perfectly okay if certain family members didn't cause me stress.
You've gone from being physically unable to do housework and needing to lie down all day to being mentally unfit for anything. I wonder if the stress of giving birth won't send you over the edge.
Over the edge? I'm not a mental patient. I just need to rest. This is stressful.
Do I need to go into more detail? I've noticed you slipping recently.
How can you say such things? If you weren't Damon's mother. Look, I don't feel comfortable having you around. Please don't come over anymore.
I feel the same way. I don't want to see your round, swollen face again. It was with a heavy heart that I attended your wedding to my lovely son. Now all my fears have come true. I just hope the whole thing doesn't end in disaster for my Damon and the baby. Kelly, dear, are you awake? How do you feel? I was so worried.
What do you want? Didn't Damon tell you to stop messaging me?
You can't say that at a time like this, can you?
What's that supposed to mean?
You're in hospital now, right? I heard you were rushed there in an ambulance. You must be in a terrible state. Is the baby okay? I was so worried I couldn't sleep last night. Damon hasn't said anything, so I thought I'd text you directly. I know you aren't too fond of me at the moment, but families need to stick together at times like these. Don't you think?
What are you talking about? I've been at home since you last saw me.
Wait a minute. You went out to buy lunch, fell down the stairs, and were rushed to hospital. Isn't that what happened?
I don't know where you get your information, but this is the first time I've heard of it. I think I'd know if I'd fallen downstairs and been taken to hospital. Today's lunch was last night's leftovers. I've just finished eating. I haven't left the house. You must have your wires crossed somewhere, I think.
What? Are you deliberately trying to deceive me? Don't want me at the hospital, is that it? A pregnant woman fell over in the street, right near your house. She was rushed to hospital.
I did hear the sound of a siren. That must have been it. I hope she's okay. I don't know any other pregnant woman in this area, though.
So, it really wasn't you?
I'm sure.
The woman who fell was wearing a summer dress, just like you always wear.
Yeah, well, the maternity clothes I usually wear are popular with young mothers. I've seen quite a few other moms-to-be with the same style of dress before. We probably all look the same from a distance.
So it wasn't you. Well, that's a relief. It looked like you from behind.
How do you know about it? You don't live anywhere near here.
I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
You aren't allowed here. I thought we made that very clear. You aren't to just drop in unannounced or announced. I thought you understood that.
I was worried. And you don't have any say over where I go. It's a free country.
This accident. It wouldn't have had anything to do with you, would it?
What? Just what are you insinuating?
Well, it just doesn't seem right. Something smells fishy. You just happened to be there? You know all about it. Are you sure you didn't think it was me and accidentally bump into her? Just like you did to me when you were cleaning here. Make it look like an accident and apologize when actually you did it on purpose? Is that not what happened?
You've got some nerve. How could you make such accusations? Why would I go out of my way to bump into someone I didn't even know?
You thought it was me, didn't you?
I'm telling you, nothing of the sort happened. I was merely there and saw her fall.
I don't believe you. You were quick to check with me when you thought I was in the hospital. If you really were just there, you would have helped. And if it had been me, I would have seen you.
I was worried about you.
Not worried enough to stop and see if it actually was me. Your story doesn't add up. You aren't very good at this sort of thing, are you? You need to talk to the police. Better to come from you before they start looking at CCTV footage.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Why would I do something like that?
Because you thought it was me and you've got no interest in me and my soon-to-be daughter? I've had enough of you. You're toxic. Stay away from me and my family. Don't even come to this neighborhood.
You've already made up your mind that it was me. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? I've been framed. It's a setup.
All right then. Tell me why you were over on this side of town. You said you were just in the neighborhood, right? Why? Do you have any other reason than to visit us? I'd like to hear it if you do. Maybe you could explain it to my satisfaction. I doubt it, but I'm still waiting to hear why.
I wanted to see Damon, so I thought I'd drop by.
He's always at work at this time of day. You know that. Try again.
I was worried about you, too. You're close to the due date. I was going to see if there was anything I could do around the place to help. You told me not to come over, so I didn't text you in advance.
Even though you've done nothing but criticize me and bully me since I married Damon. Not to mention the intentional bumping and pushing me while I'm pregnant. And how about not wanting to have anything to do with the baby because she's a girl?
There's a famous French bakery in your neighborhood. I was going to buy a bunch of nice things and bring them to your place.
Today is Tuesday. They're closed every Tuesday. Is that the best you can do? This won't stand up in court, you know. You'll be charged with assault. They won't even need the CCTV footage with such a flimsy alibi.
It wasn't me! I'm telling you!
You need to tell the truth. The more you lie, the worse it will get. Are you really going to drag this through the courts? It would be better to just confess now. The judge will probably be more lenient. And given your age, you'll probably just have to do home detention or something. Then again, depending on the judge, if you're found guilty of assaulting a pregnant woman, you might be looking at jail time.
You just shut your damn mouth! I wish it was you who was taken to hospital. Kelly, I've just heard from Damon. Did you tell him about the accident today?
Of course. And he understands how much trouble you are in if it was you. The whole family will have to live with the shame.
How many times do I have to tell you? I didn't do it. I was nowhere near her.
I was worried about it. I was worried about the woman who fell. Worried about what will happen if you are convicted. Worried about how Damon would feel having a mother in prison.
What did you go and do that for? It's got nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with me if my husband's mother goes to court and is found guilty of assaulting a pregnant woman.
It's despicable. If there is some serial pregnant woman pusher out there, I need to be vigilant. What if he or she has it in for the pregnant? Just hates pregnant women and is hell-bent on pushing them. I'd be too scared to leave the house. Maybe some kind of deranged psychopath who gets off on pushing over mothers-to-be? I've never heard of such a fetish. If she, or he, is out there pushing over every pregnant woman she, or he, sees, I could be next. Nobody said she was pushed. She fell. Apparently. That's not, in fact, true. There was a witness who saw the whole thing. What? Who? What have you heard?
A woman in the building across the street heard the ambulance and went downstairs to see what all the fuss was about.
Ah, I see. She heard the ambulance and went down. Not a witness, then.
But she spoke to the pregnant woman. She said she'd been pushed.
So what happened to her? I'm assuming you asked the police.
You really want to know?
Yeah, well, as a fellow woman, I'm concerned for her well-being. You really want to know?
Are you ready to hear this? You won't be able to unhear it once I've told you.
What? What's that supposed to mean? I won't be able to unhear it. Huh?
I mean, you better be ready for what I'm about to tell you.
Be ready? Okay, just tell me already.
And you swear you had nothing to do with what happened today. You were in the neighborhood to see your son, although you knew he was at work, and you also wanted to buy bread, even though it's a famous bakery and everyone knows they are closed on Tuesdays. This will all go much less painfully if you just tell the truth. Judges are extra hard on time-wasting liars. The truth will come out eventually. There's a testimony from the victim and CCTV footage. A confession of guilt is always better than making people go through a lengthy court case only to be found guilty.
No! I just wanted to cause you a little annoyance. I didn't mean to harm anyone. Please, Kelly, I regret it. Forgive me. Stop scaring me. Just tell me what you said.
What are you talking about? Scare?
The scariest thing was you pushing a pregnant woman. It's such an unimaginably evil thing to do. It was you. You're the perpetrator. You basically admitted it.
Unbelievable.
Perpetrator?
The woman is going to be okay.
Okay. Oh, that's a relief.
But she sustained a few scratches and bruises. The baby is okay, but she might not have been so lucky. The police are out now searching for the older woman who pushed her. It won't be long before they identify her. They have a couple of eyewitnesses they are interviewing now, and they've requested the video footage from a number of storefront security cameras. You need to turn yourself in, Tori. It will look way better if you go to the station and show remorse.
Kelly, please do me a favor and keep this a secret from Damon. Can I rely on you to keep it between us? I'll never go to your house again, I promise. Just do me this one favor. Please. I'll never push you around or look down on you again. I won't question your role as wife and mother. I swear to you.
So you do regret it? Good. So you should.
Who does that sort of thing? Did you think you were above the law? I regret it. As a mother and a woman, I regret doing what I did. I've been miserable since Damon got married and left home. I was jealous of the happiness you and he are enjoying. Then you got pregnant and you both seem to be even happier. I wanted some of that. I haven't been happy since Damon's father passed away. He was a missionary in West Africa and came down with sleeping sickness and malaria and dengue fever. I flew over to be with him and he seemed to be recovering. But just as we were getting ready to fly home, he contracted Lassa fever and the authorities came in white hazard containment suits and drove him away. That was the last I ever heard of him.
So you pushed a pregnant woman in the street? Is this your sick way of justifying your horrible behavior?
I know. It's inexcusable. I'll live the rest of my life regretting what I've done. I'll repent. I'll shave my head and dedicate my life to helping the poor and the sick. Just like Mother Teresa. I don't remember Mother Teresa going around India pushing over pregnant women. I'll carry around this shame for the rest of my life. A heavy burden of shame. Like Christ our Savior carrying his cross to Calvary Hill.
I don't think the Bible mentions anything about Jesus going around Judea pushing over pregnant women either.
I'll have to live with this for the rest of my days.
What about the victim? There's no justice in you just feeling bad about it. You need to turn yourself in and try to make amends that way. It won't be easy, but you need to face up to what you've done.
But I'll be arrested! What if they throw me in prison? I can't go to prison! Please, Kelly, just keep quiet about it, okay? I'm begging you. I'm too old to go to prison. I don't know how to fight. I've never had a fight in my life.
And yet you made pushing me around seem like fun. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Please, Kelly. We're family. Just don't say anything. That's all I ask. It's not like you are lying to anyone. Just keeping quiet isn't a crime.
I've talked to Damon about it. He's shocked and angry, but he's about to go and talk with the police. You're running out of time, Tori. You need to go to the police station yourself. Turn yourself in. There's no point dragging this out unnecessarily.
Wait! I regret it. I understand I was wrong. I've turned over a new leaf. I'll never do something like that again. Ever! Please, Kelly. Tell her I'm sorry. Tell the police I'm sorry.
That doesn't really matter. You assaulted someone, and that's against the law. You need to face up to it and take responsibility for your actions.
What will happen to me?
That's for the victim, the police, and the court to decide. I already told you what I thought could happen. Especially if the police have to launch a manhunt to find you.
Kelly, you've got to help me. Please. I can't go to the police. If you persuade Damon not to talk to them, I'm sure we could work something out. He'll listen to you.
You thought she was me. You were trying to hurt me and my baby. That much is clear. You texted me thinking I was in the hospital when you had thought you put me there. Do you think I have any desire to help you after what you did? What you tried to do to me? You must be out of your mind.
It was just a little prank. I didn't think it would end up like this.
A little prank? You've got a sick sense of humor if you think this is even remotely funny. You seemed to be happy when you contacted me. You thought it was me who was taken to hospital by ambulance. You must have been so disappointed to find out it wasn't even me.
I don't want to cause Damon any more stress. Come on, Kelly. Think of Damon. What if I go to prison? What will people say? I won't be able to show my face at the bingo hall.
I have no idea what will happen. It's got nothing to do with Damon and I. We've got our hands full getting ready for the baby. I'm sorry, Tori, but we no longer want to have anything to do with you. Please don't try to make contact with either Damon or myself again.
But what do I do if she sues me? I don't have enough money to pay for a lawyer, let alone huge amounts of damages. Do you think I'll have to pay fines? What happens in cases like this?
I don't know. Nobody I know has ever assaulted a pregnant woman.
What will happen after all this? I can't live on my own. I'll never make it. What'll I do about the neighbors? They won't want an ex-con living in the area. It's a very conservative and religious neighborhood.
You're on your own, Tori. I hope they throw you in jail. It's the best place for someone like you. Maybe that will be a humbling enough experience to make a change for the good.
I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. Forgive me. I don't have anyone else to turn to.
Don't apologize to me. You need to apologize to the poor woman you assaulted. You are damn lucky she didn't lose the baby. Then you'd be looking at a long sentence for murder. I won't forget the way you treated me. Don't ever show your face around here. You are dead to us.
Don't shut me out. We're family. I love my son. He wouldn't want to never see me again. I won't survive on my own. I've seen those dramas and documentaries about women's prisons. I won't last a day. I don't want to get shivved in the shower.
Didn't you say you never want to see my round, swollen face ever again? Well, wish granted. I hope they lock you up for a long time. Damon reported Tori to the police, and she was arrested that very afternoon. She apologized, but the victim refused to settle out of court, and Tori was fined, given a 3-year suspended sentence. She also had to pay for a lawyer and hefty court costs. I was truly disappointed she didn't get sent to prison, but as soon as friends and family found out, they stopped talking to her. I guess that is a form of punishment. We too have blocked her messages and have had nothing to do with her since the trial, so I don't know what has become of her. I do know that she has been reduced to a miserable life she never imagined a few short months ago. And as for me, I have my baby, and the 3 of us moved into a brand new house in a nice, quiet suburb. Damon has been absolutely wonderful. I worry that he's doing too much around the house, but he seems to be genuine about it. We've kept our new location a secret so Tori can't find us. Close family who know where we are have promised to keep it from her. I can finally relax and raise our little daughter without that evil woman pushing me around and ordering me about. I can't wait to tell my daughter how happy she has made us by coming into our lives. That's about it. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye.
Ella, did you receive the package that my mom sent you?
Yeah, it arrived earlier today. Thanks so much for sending me all this food. I really appreciate it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to use this all up. There's just so much.
Yeah, you should be thankful. You should be able to improve your cooking skills with all those ingredients.
Cooking skills? I barely know how to cook at all. I can only make very simple things.
I know, and that's a huge problem. That's why I asked her to send you all that stuff.
What are you talking about?
You barely do any cooking by yourself, and the dishes that you make are very simple. I wanted you to get better at cooking, and that's why I discussed this with my mom.
Why did you have to discuss that with her? Couldn't you have just talked to me about it directly? If you told me directly, then I would have done my best to get better at cooking.
There's no point in asking you to do that. You're totally lazy and useless. I asked her to send you lots of ingredients that require some preparation and are difficult to cook. You've probably never cooked most of the ingredients that we sent you. It's the perfect opportunity for you to try to make some dishes that you've never made before. She must have spent a lot of time and thought on this. I'm so grateful for her.
So you're telling me that you guys didn't send this to me out of kindness? You sent this to me so I would have to waste my time cooking difficult meals. Now that I've heard the reason, I don't really want any of this anymore. I'm a little disappointed in you guys.
What did you just say? How could you be disappointed? She went through a lot of effort preparing all these ingredients for you. You better be more thankful.
It's just that I don't have the time to be cooking that often. Both of us are working full-time jobs. At times, it feels like I'm way more busy than you. Didn't we agree that we would both be doing the housework together? Why are you suddenly trying to force me to cook and do everything?
Fine. I guess you don't have to straight away. I still want you to think about it more carefully once we get married.
Think about what? What are you trying to tell me?
That's enough about this for today. Make sure that you say thank you to her for sending you all the food. I'm looking forward to dinner today. What are you planning to make?
Are you serious? We really need to talk about this a little more. Also, there's no way I can use up all this food that she sent me. It's just going to get wasted.
I heard that the package I sent you has arrived. Have you tried using some of it already?
I'm sorry that I hadn't contacted you about it yet. I was a little busy. Thank you so much for sending me all of this.
Yeah, I sent you a lot of fresh ingredients. I hope that it motivates you to cook more. You really should try to get better at making meals. It's a very useful skill to have.
Thank you for the advice. I'm a little busy recently, so I won't be able to cook anything today. But I'll try to use the ingredients little by little when I get the opportunity. I think I'm going to try to cook a meal that I've never made before on Saturday, if I have some time.
Are you serious? What is wrong with you?
Wait, what? Did I say something to offend you?
Are you telling me you still haven't done anything with all the food I sent you? You have to cook the ingredients while they are fresh. A lot of the things that I sent you have to be cooked today, or else it's not going to taste as good.
As I told you earlier, I'm busy today. I put most of the ingredients that you sent me in the freezer.
You froze it! How could you do that? What was the point of me sending you the fresh ingredients if you're just going to freeze them? That is just very rude.
I'm really sorry, but I just don't have the time to be cooking meals every single day. I work a full-time job, and on some days, I get back very late.
You really shouldn't be making excuses like that. I thought that you two were planning to get married soon. Once you get married, you're going to be responsible for all of the cooking and other housework. You're going to be the wife after all.
That's not what we're planning to do at all. Both of us work a full-time job, and I don't plan on quitting my job even after we get married. I was hoping that we could both do the housework so that we can support each other.
What are you talking about? I really don't see the point of you working. Do you not have any intention of having children?
I do intend to have children. I know that I'm not young, so I plan on trying to become pregnant as soon as we get married.
Well, if that's the case, then you're going to quit your job anyway, right? You may as well start learning how to cook and get better at doing the housework, too.
I actually don't intend on quitting my job completely. I will be taking a pregnancy and maternity leave, but I want to go back to working after a couple of years. I really enjoy working at my company, so I would never willingly quit permanently.
You're joking, right? What you just said doesn't make any sense.
I'm not joking at all. Do you not agree with what I just said?
Not at all. But it's okay for now. You'll be wanting to quit your job as soon as you get married and have children. I just don't understand how you're going to do all the housework, raise your children, and work a full-time job all at the same time.
I don't plan to do all that myself. I want to share the housework and parental duties with him so that I can keep working as well. We've already discussed this many times between us.
I think that you're being very optimistic about all of this.
Are you trying to suggest something?
So, today's the day of the wedding. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that it goes well for the both of you.
Thank you so much.
You can finally spend all your time and effort working for me.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Today is the day you get married and become my slave that will listen to all of my orders.
Did you just say slave? I really have no idea what you're talking about right now.
You're getting married to my son and becoming part of my family today. You're going to have to listen to everything that I say. I am going to be your mother-in-law after all. I really can't wait for the day we all move in together.
Are you drunk or something? What you're saying is really crazy, and I'm a little worried. We are definitely not moving in with you, so please stop referring to me as a slave.
It's already decided that we're going to be living together. Nothing you say is going to change that. You don't get a say in this at all.
Of course I get a say in who I live with. What is wrong with you? Hey, we really need to talk. There's something that I want to double-check with you. You said it was okay if I continued working even after we got married, right?
Yeah, I did say that. Why are you asking me this now?
I just wanted to check if you were really serious about it. We're planning on both working and both doing the housework, right? We agreed that we would support each other no matter how busy we get, right?
Yeah, that's what we agreed on.
You were also telling me that you really wanted a child as soon as possible. You're going to do your part raising the child, right? I'm not going to be able to do everything myself.
I'm telling you, that's what we agreed on.
You really mean all of that, right? It's okay for me to trust you, right?
Why are you asking me all of this now? Are you nervous because we're getting married today? If you want to tell me something, then just say it.
It's just that I have a bad feeling about getting married to you. Whenever I talk to your mom, she makes it sound like I'm going to be doing all the housework. You guys aren't planning to make me do everything, right?
What are you talking about?
Last time I talked to her, she was assuming that I was going to be quitting my job when we got married. That's not what we agreed on, right? I don't want to become a housewife, so you're going to be helping out with the housework, right?
I guess I don't really need to keep this a secret anymore because we're getting married today.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I was lying when I said I would help out with the housework.
Wait, are you serious?
You're going to become my wife, right? It's kind of obvious that the housework is all your responsibility. I also expect you to do all the work when raising our children.
So you were lying to me this entire time?
Of course I was lying. Did you really expect me to let you keep working after we got married? I'm a man. You're my wife now, so I expect you to listen to everything that I tell you to do. I want you to stay at home and become a housewife. Do all the housework and raise our child. This is an order.
An order? How dare you talk to me like that? I guess what your mom was saying was the truth. I can't believe you lied to me about this for so long. How could you trick me like this?
I didn't do anything bad. You should be thankful that I even gave you hope by not rejecting your idea straight away. From today, you're going to do your best to support me and my family, okay? You need to listen to everything that my mom says as well.
I don't want to be ordered around by either of you. I thought that you saw me as an equal. I can't believe you're looking down on me and ordering me around like this. I don't want to quit my job and stay at home all day. This is not what I was expecting when I agreed to get married to you.
Well, that's too bad. You listen to what I say now.
I can't believe this.
Well, it's too late now. We're getting married, so you're going to have to listen to what I say now. I don't plan on doing any of the housework as I'm always very tired from work. I expect you to clean, cook, and raise our child when we have one. That's all the duty of the wife. I really don't care if you want to work as long as you do everything that I ask of you. If I feel that you're unable to do the housework to a high standard, I'm going to force you to quit your job. Also, we're going to be moving in with my mom, so you better listen to her as well. You really don't want to make her mad.
So this is who you really are. I guess you were just hiding how you really thought until today.
Yeah, I was getting tired of acting every single day. We're finally getting married, so I can go back to who I really am. If you don't plan on listening to my orders, then we're going to have to cancel the wedding. Although it's probably too late for you to change your mind about this now.
So you really don't plan on respecting any of my requests?
Why should I? I'm doing you a huge favor by getting married to you. The least you can do for me is to listen to my orders. I am not doing any of the housework from tomorrow. All of that stuff is your responsibility. I'll be happy to cancel the wedding if you don't agree with what I'm saying.
Okay, then let's cancel the wedding. I don't want to get married to you.
Wait, what?
I'm going to be completely fine even if we don't get married. I don't agree with anything that you just told me, so let's cancel the wedding like you just said.
Are you really serious? The wedding is today. There's no way we can just cancel the wedding. All the guests are on their way already.
Actually, we can cancel it if we want to. Why would it not be possible to cancel? I no longer want to get married to you.
You don't want to get married to me? What is wrong with you?
Why would I want to get married to someone who's going to treat me like a slave? Anyway, you were the one threatening to cancel the wedding in the first place. I just agreed to your threat. Let's go ahead and let everyone know that the wedding is going to be canceled. We're no longer getting married. End of conversation.
You're not serious about this, are you? We can't just cancel the wedding on the day it's going to happen.
Of course I'm serious. You've been lying to me ever since we started dating. I can no longer trust you ever again. I don't have any feelings towards you anymore after what I just heard from you. There's no way I'm getting married to you. Let's go and tell the wedding venue about the cancellation.
So, you really are serious?
Of course I am. It's not just the wedding we're going to cancel, by the way. We also have to cancel our honeymoon that we had planned. I definitely don't want to have to go on vacation with a traitor like you.
What are you talking about? We're pretty much married already. There's no need to cancel anything. Let's just go ahead with the wedding. You're just panicking a little right now. I'm sure that once you calm down a little, you'll want to get married with me again.
I'm not panicking at all. I'm actually very calm, and I know that my feelings towards you won't change. I was already a little suspicious of you both. I had a bad feeling whenever I talked to you or your mom about life after getting married. I was starting to have second thoughts about getting married to you. I'm so glad that you revealed your true self before it was too late.
Okay, I apologize if I upset you a little. Let's just get married and then discuss this.
No, we're not getting married. I was talking about you with my best friend, and she advised me to not get married with you yet. She said that you were hiding something. I really should have listened to her much earlier. You were ordering me around a lot this past month, weren't you? I thought it was maybe because you were busy with work and the wedding preparations, but I guess that wasn't it. You were just starting to show your true identity.
Fine. I guess that I can help you out with the housework a little. Happy now?
No, it's way too late for any of that. I can't trust you anymore. You were planning on forcing me to become a housewife for you and your mom.
That's because that's what the wife should be doing. Isn't that what most women do once they get married? They stay at home and support their husband.
You're just hopeless. I hope that you never get married because I feel so sorry for the woman that has to be your wife. Do you only see women as your slave?
Pretty much. Men are much more suited to working than women.
That's so sexist! Have you forgotten that I make more money than you?
Well, that's because...
You've been switching between so many jobs because you're so lazy. Who knows when you're going to be fired from your current company? Are you really sure you should be telling me to quit my job? How about you start earning a decent salary before telling me to quit my job and become a housewife?
So, now you're looking down on me? Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm not looking down on you. I'm just telling you the truth. One of the reasons I didn't want to quit my job was because I couldn't trust you as the sole source of income. I told you this so many times. That's why we agreed that we would both work even after getting married. Anyway, enough about this now. We're not getting married, and that's final. Let's be glad that we're not going to have to go through a divorce. I'm going to go and call the wedding planners to cancel our wedding.
There's just no way they're going to let us cancel the wedding. It's way too late for that. All our relatives are really looking forward to our wedding as well.
Don't worry, it's never too late to cancel a wedding. I've already explained this to all of my relatives, so it's okay. I told your dad about the cancellation as well.
You told him about it already?
I also told him that you and your mom are both absolute scum.
What did you just say? How dare you call her that? I can't believe how rude you're being. You better watch your mouth. I didn't think you were such a terrible person.
You guys are the ones that are terrible. You guys were both planning to order me around once we got married. Do you know what she said to me the other day? She told me that she couldn't wait for me to become her personal slave. There's something seriously wrong with her. It's not like we live in the medieval days.
I'm sure she was just joking around with you. There's no need to believe everything that she says word for word. I know that she didn't have any bad intentions when she said that.
I really don't care what her intentions were. I made sure to tell all of what happened to your dad. I sent screenshots of all of the texts we sent to each other as well. He was disgusted with both of you.
I can't believe you did that. You're such a snitch. I'm not going to allow you to cancel the wedding or our marriage.
I don't need your permission to get the wedding canceled. I have no intention of getting married so that I can be your slave. All of my relatives agree with my decision of not marrying you.
Why is this all going so badly all of a sudden? It's a huge problem for me if we don't end up getting married.
Well, that's too bad. It's no problem for me at all. I suggest that you guys go on a search for someone else to become your slave. I don't want to ever have to talk to you again. I'm blocking you right now. Make sure you pay all of the cancellation fees for the wedding. Goodbye forever. The wedding between the two of them was canceled immediately. Tom's father was absolutely furious with both him and Kara. He demanded that they pay for all of the cancellation fees related to the wedding. After paying for the wedding cancellation, they also had to cancel the honeymoon reservations and pay for those fees as well. Tom's father was disgusted by the things that Kara had said and decided to get a divorce as well. He ended up kicking her out of his house. She had nowhere to go, so she decided to move in with Tom. Tom was very stressed out about not being able to get married and made some major mistakes at work. He ended up getting fired from his company the next month. However, he could not afford to sit at home and cry as he had to earn money for both him and his mother. Ella, on the other hand, has been doing really well since their wedding got cancelled. She was able to focus all of her efforts on her job as she no longer had to support Tom while working at the same time. She managed to get a promotion already, and she has started living by herself in a really nice condo in the middle of the city. She really was lucky that she managed to avoid getting married to a terrible guy like him. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.